Hey guys, it's Christine of CraftyPaws. I'm here to do a face-to-face video to share with you guys my top 5 tips for weight loss and also just to do a quick catch-up. I know that normally on my channel I pretty much restrict it to crafting, but I thought I would take this opportunity right now to do this kind of video because I have a huge flare-up of my arthritis in my hands. So I have been unable to craft recently, and I thought, why not at least check in with you guys with this face-to-face video. And I've got Bendito in my arms, not only because he's very comforting to me, and I'm a little nervous about this face-to-face video, but also because it's thundering and lightning, and he hates that. So we have his little thunder shirt on, and he is super, super cuddly at times like this. So please forgive me that I have him in my arms probably throughout this video. So in terms of a catch-up, like I mentioned, my arthritis is flaring up and I haven't been able to craft for the last several days. And I think that's basically my body telling me I need to take a break, which is perfect timing because my hubby and I are going away on a vacation. Starting this Saturday, we're going to go visit his grandmother and also celebrate our 6th wedding anniversary. So we'll be away for just over a week, and you may see a couple of videos if I can get a couple of crafting videos uploaded in advance. I have one ready and I need to get one more ready, which I'm really, really excited about. So please stay tuned for that. On the weight loss front, I will say at this point I have about half a pound left to reach my goal, which was to lose 45 pounds. I started at the end of March, and now just before our wedding anniversary, I wanted to get back down to the weight that I was when I first started dating my hubby. So almost there. I have a few more days and half a pound more to go. So fingers crossed. And I really wanted to respond to all you folks who were so kind and encouraging, and also wanted to know my top suggestions for weight loss. And I've come up with 5. The first suggestion is what gets measured gets managed. And that's a philosophy in the corporate world. And I think it really does apply to weight loss. Whether you write it, sorry, it's really thundering now. So the first tip is what gets measured gets managed. Whether you write it in a notebook or whether you use like a smartphone app. I use the Numi app, which is from Nutrisystem. I don't actually recommend it. I don't think it's very good, but I started on it, so I'm not changing at this point. My husband actually uses MyFitnessPal, which I think is a fabulous free software program that works on smartphones. And I really do believe that you have to track what you eat in order to maintain weight loss or maintain the weight that you want to keep. You don't, whether it's calorie counting or just writing down the things that you're eating, I think that that really does make a difference. When I track what I'm eating, I am more careful when I'm out at restaurants at what I order and what I nibble on, if there are like chips on the table or if there's dips that I'm dipping into. Knowing that I'm going to have to write it down really makes a difference. Plus, I can make adjustments. So if I have kind of a more fattening meal for lunch, I know that for dinner I need to be really much more careful, and maybe it's going to be a big salad or a big bowl of vegetable soup or something like that. But you can only make adjustments if you know what you've done earlier in the day. Tip number 2 is figure out what kind of eater you are. If you're the kind of person who really feels like they're being deprived if they don't get to eat that little piece of chocolate, then eat that piece of chocolate and then make other adjustments. If you're the type of person like me that needs to have a big quantity of crunchy, munchy foods, I love snack foods, whether they're sweets or salty. If I don't get to eat my, rice cracker chips or popcorn, then I'm not going to be successful. So figure out what kind of eater you are and then address that. I also think that you should be eating at least 5 times a day. That sounds like a lot, but if you're eating smaller meals and little snacks, you're unlikely to get super hungry and then splurge on when you're really hungry. It's like not going to the grocery store when you're hungry because you're likely to pick up foods that you wouldn't otherwise buy. I also think that in terms of snacking, it's helpful to have protein-rich snacks like almonds or Greek yogurt or even a glass of skim milk. Those kinds of foods that are rich in protein are going to be able to keep you feeling fuller longer. As a vegetarian, I find keeping up my protein intake difficult anyway, so focusing on that has really helped me. Tip 4 is doing your research and having a plan. If you are going to be going out and meeting friends for lunch or dinner, research the places that you're going to be going and figure out what foods you will be happy eating and not ruin your diet. If you go in advance and do that research, you'll be better armed to make the right choices at the time. So for example, if you're going to a restaurant like P.F. Chang's, the Mongolian beef that my husband usually orders has so many more calories. It's almost double the calories of like a Korean barbecue dish. But doing the research, he knew what choice was better for him. And he was perfectly happy to eat the Korean barbecue, but he wouldn't have known if he hadn't done the research in advance. And lastly, drink a lot of water. I know that's hard for a lot of people. Some people don't really like the taste of plain water, and it doesn't have to be plain. Whether it's drinking tea, making a little spritzer with a little tiny bit of juice with carbonated water, or diet sodas, you should be drinking at least 8 full glasses of water a day. You know what you are going to really commit to drinking, but you really do want to be drinking all that water. It will help your body release the toxins built up in it. It will also make you feel fuller longer. If you drink a big glass of water before a meal, you're unlikely to gorge on the meal itself. So drinking lots of water all day long, I think, is a really essential part of weight loss. So what's missing from this top 5 list? Exercise. Some of you guys are thinking, Christina, you've forgotten something totally essential. And I actually disagree. I think that exercise is great, and I do try to exercise most days, but for some people, exercise is really impossible or very, very difficult, whether it's because of pain or injuries or because of where they are at their current weight. Exercise can be really difficult for some people. And I have to be honest, when I started on my weight loss journey, I wasn't in the right mind frame to commit to exercising a lot. So I really didn't for the first couple of months. And realistically, for most people, not for, extreme exercising people that, are marathoners or something like that, but for most people, about 70% of what they look like is directly related to what they're consuming, not their exercise. So yes, it definitely helps weight loss if you are able to exercise and get that carcass moving. But realistically, if you can't exercise or don't want to exercise, you don't have to for weight loss. So those are my top tips for weight loss. I just thought they would be helpful for some people. I hope they are helpful to you. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys are having a wonderful crafty day, and I'll see you in the next video.